Yo, what's good, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Winning Picks Weekly, Week 16. As always, my name is John Meleka, co-host of the Knicks, Jets, Etc. podcast. Find us on the Knicks, Jets, etc. period YouTube. Also, that's where you can find this. Hit us up on Spotify. Hit us up on Apple. As always, I'm joined by the video producer for Knicks, Jets, etc., and the co-host for the Jets episodes. What's up, Greg?
What's going on, man? Yeah, those have been some wild Jets episodes. It's been a tough couple weeks. It's been a tough couple weeks gambling too, man. I am on. If you've been fading me the last few weeks, you've been doing good. I think I got 5 right the last 3 weeks in a row. Best bets have been terrible, so I'm changing it up a little bit. I'm only taking picks that I'm absolutely disgusted in because there's a couple weeks left. I need to find some rhythm for these playoffs, and bank account's starting to dwindle. Bank account's starting to get a little low, and I'm not putting any more money in this season, so let's get it going.
All right. Fade us. Tell us what you're taking. Let us know what's going on with your picks. Bowl season. We're going to have a New Year's episode for a college pick 'em coming out next week. Stay tuned for that. We had Dexter Henry on for the Knicks episode. If you want to talk Knicks winning streak.
Yeah, it was good.
And we're going to have a nice rapid reaction episode for the Jets coming out today if you're listening to this. So tune in for that. And without further ado.
Yeah, to your point, if you're listening to this now, if it's Thursday, the Jets play Thursday night against the Jags. We're going to be going live afterwards, hopefully, and talking about the game. So come check it out, interact, let us know what you thought about the game, and let us know what you're taking this weekend because there's a lot of games, a lot of Saturday games. So it's a full weekend of football. It's beautiful.
Greg, I love what the NFL did this week.
Yep.
Respecting the NBA by doing an entire Saturday slate. There's no real college games this weekend. On Sunday, they just threw in 3, a nice little Thanksgiving type slate on a Sunday just to hang out with the NBA. It's a beautiful thing. But you mentioned it, Thursday. Without further ado, let's start here. And let me just preface this whole weekend. It's really important for this game. Start paying attention to the weather. The line doesn't make sense. If you're all confused, you pull out the weather. And why it's really important this Thursday, because this Thursday night, Jacksonville coming into the Jets, and we're all going to talk about the injuries, right? Cam Robinson out for the season. He hasn't given up a sack in like 7 weeks for the Jacksonville. Their first overall pick out. Fatukasi, their defensive interior lineman that signed from the Jets, out. The Jets are missing a couple wide receivers, Denzel Mims and Jeff Smith. Quentin Williams still 50-50. Mike White, our number 1 quarterback. Yes, you heard me right. Out. So we have our number 2 quarterback in Zach Wilson. So everybody's talking about the injuries. But the story of today, the story of this game, Greg, it's going to be a torrential downpour at MetLife with 20-plus mile per hour winds. I think it's going to be like real feel, 33, 34 degrees. I'm going to tell you right now, man, I still remember going to Jets Denver like 17 years ago at this point because it was like 33 degrees, pouring rain. It was the most miserable day of my life. This is going to be a miserable day on the field, weather-wise. And that's why this is such an intriguing game. Both teams, playoffs on the line. It's a pick-em at this point. Who cares? -1, +1. It's a pick-em. I got the Jets in my background. You got the Jets in your background. But what do you got in this game?
Like I said, going into it, I'm picking all picks that I hate, and I can't figure out in this one which team I hate more. The Jets have shown nothing on offense with Zach Wilson pretty much all season. We had the fourth quarter against Pittsburgh, and that's really it. Jacksonville seems like they've been turned a corner. They've been getting hot. Trevor Lawrence has looked good the last few weeks. I think I was talking last week or a week or two ago about they kind of yo-yo and go up and down. They have good game, bad game, good game, bad game. They've been having a couple good games in a row. The defense is playing well for Jacksonville. Turned over Prescott a couple times last week, once in a critical possession to help them win that game. So, yeah. The thing is to your point, it's going to be bad. I'm really going to go with who I think has the better run attack. the last couple weeks when Zach Wilson plays, to Alex's point on the Knicks Jets Setter episodes that we do, the playbook's out on Zach Wilson. Stop the run, make him throw. They can't win a game. To your point with the weather, I think both these teams are going to have to run, and I think Jacksonville just has a better running attack. I think Etienne's better than Michael Carter or Bam Knight, whoever we got out there. I think their O-line's a little bit better than ours, even though they lost Cam Robinson. But, dude, they just have injuries. Both teams have injuries. I don't think Q Will's probably going to play on a short week. It's not a lot of rest. So just give me the Jacksonville Jaguars, just because I think their run game's a little bit better than ours. And I think it's going to be one of the lower scoring games of the season. I think it's going to be very ugly.
That would be great. If it's ugly, then honestly, the Jets are going to easily win this game. If it's a low-scoring, disgusting game, that's exactly what the Jets want. We're a defensive team. We obviously don't score much with Zach Wilson. We have to score about like 17 to win this game. That'd be great because that's usually all we could score. If we scored over 20 points with Zach Wilson or like 25 points, what's the stat? We'd be undefeated. So I'm taking the Jets. It's do or die. Jacksonville's hot. Jets are cold. Everybody's fading the Jets. Jets have the number 3 defense in the league. I'm taking the Jets. We stopped the Lions last week. There hasn't been any. There's really only been like one game this whole year that maybe we weren't really in it. The Jets are going to beat the Jacksonville Jaguars in this terrible weather. And then here we are, Greg, a full Saturday 1 o'clock slate.
Crazy.
Amazing. I'm so glad we're here. First game is an interesting one. Justin Fields is playing. We saw what Buffalo did last week. But the question is Chicago motivated? Do they care about this game? Chicago is plus 8.5 at home. Bills are still playing for the number 1 seed. Remember, there's only one bye, so you need the top seed they're fighting for. They have the tiebreaker.
Yep.
It's going to be 4 degrees in Chicago at 1 o'clock with 23-mile-per-hour winds. What do you got in this game?
Yeah, because of that. And again, like, I love Chicago. I talked about it last week and I talked myself out of it because I wasn't sure about Justin Fields' status. Dude, if Justin Fields plays, I think they can keep it close. They kept it close all game last week against Philadelphia. And, you know, Hurts was doing his thing. Hurts had, 3 rushing touchdowns? I mean, he looked good. And the Chicago Bears were somehow able to keep it close. I think the Bears keep it close in this game. I like the Bears in this game, and that's why I'm picking the Buffalo Bills. I'm fading myself in real time, and I'm going with the Bills, dude. You know, they have a good offense, but they have no run game besides Josh Allen. If they're going to have to run the ball a lot because of the wind, it's going to be heavily on Josh Allen. I mean, definitely take the over for both these quarterbacks in the rushing categories. And yeah, give me the Bills, plus 8.5. To your point, they're a way better team. I hate the pick. I like Chicago because I think most people are on the Bills, but I'm taking the Bills in this one.
That's really interesting because the Joe Schmo pick is definitely the Bills here. Bills are the better team easily. Chicago's playing for nothing. To my chagrin, all right, 88% of the money and 63% of the bets. Guess where they are?
Chicago.
Crazy.
Yeah, because that's that brain. That's that brain working, saying, "Oh, Chicago's the play," but I'm telling you, it's not. It's weird. Something's up. I stink. I love Chicago, so I'm taking Buffalo.
This is, I mean, from your explanation and from the public, it's kind of what am I missing here? Buffalo is so good. They absolutely can play in any weather. It does not matter. They show that week in and week out. They just they held off a really good Miami team up until the end, and they played all 4 seasons in that game. Dude, I love the Bills here. This is a don't think, just bet. I love the Bills. Take the points here. Be a sucker. I can't believe the public's on the other side. All right, another game here. Let's just go with the weather games here. This one is tough, man. New Orleans Saints, a dome team from the South in Cleveland. Real feel minus 13, bro. Minus 13 with the wind. What do you got in this game? Minus 2.5. Deshaun Watson's looked terrible, but nobody's looked more terrible than the Saints. What do you got?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of thought that too. My biggest concern is I'm worried about Nick Chubb. Nick Chubb's not practicing. He's got a foot injury. I don't think he practiced today, as long as he hasn't been practicing all week. That's concerning. It's concerning for fantasy football playoffs. It's concerning for betting in real life. So, to your point, I don't like the Browns' passing attack. Deshaun Watson does not look good. The defense hasn't looked really too stellar all season. It was supposed to be a loaded defense. Hasn't really materialized. If they don't have Nick Chubb, I mean, Kareem Hunt's good, but is not Nick Chubb.
That scared me, man. That injury really scares me. The Nick Chubb not practicing thing, is it because he doesn't want to play in minus 13 real field, 27 mile per hour winds? I don't know.
I don't
but
think so.
That,
so I lean towards the Saints. I think, you have Kamara back there who can run the ball. You have Taysom Hill back there who can run the ball.
He hasn't run it all year, Kamara.
I know. I feel like the Saints have to move on from Dennis Allen, who's the coach right now. He's just forgot that he has one of the best running backs in all football.
It's crazy.
It's insane. Crazy. It's insane that he hasn't done anything all season. I mean, I still could close my eyes and just see him running up the field. That was on Christmas, right? 2 years ago when he had 5-6 touchdowns, whatever it was, in the awesome cleats that he was wearing. They seem to have forgotten that he's on the team. Olave had so much hype around him mid-season. Haven't seen any of it. But, like I said, they got guys that can run the ball. I think the defense is pretty stingy for the Saints, so I like the Saints, and that's why I'm taking the Browns. Absolutely disgusting pick. Minus 2.5. I think this is going to be a low-scoring game, to your point again with the weather. If Nick Chubb doesn't play, there's no reason why you should like the Browns. So that's why I'm taking the Browns.
Yeah, this game actually scares me. So I didn't mention in the Bears game, it's minus 17 real feel.
It's crazy.
This game is a little warmer, minus 13 real feel. I actually agree with what you're saying, but again, it's the opposite answer. I think that if Nick Chubb, everybody's going to take the Browns here. The Saints suck. There's nobody that watches the New Orleans Saints that says, yes, I like this team. They could win a game. I'm going to take them with a spread. Nobody. 2.5 is it is even telling you, dude, there's no way. It's not even a field goal for them. And then the whole Nick Chubb thing, it's okay. They have Kareem Hunt. It's okay. They have Deshaun Watson. Deshaun Watson has looked really bad. It's minus 17 degrees. To be honest with you, the fact that it's in Cleveland really makes me want to take Cleveland. I feel like it's the Joe Schmo pick here, but I have to go Cleveland. I agree with your
Cleveland's the Joe Schmo pick.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I really do.
Give me the Saints.
I really do. I really think that the easy pick here is the Browns. The Browns are still looking at the playoffs. Kind of Saints are too, I guess, at the division. But the Browns have just been better. They've been putting away teams. They have Deshaun Watson. They got the best running backs in the league. Amari Cooper. I don't know. That's why this game screams Saints to me. I'm going to take the Browns, but I'm not actually betting this game. This screams Saints for me.
Yeah, the reason why I was leaning towards the Saints being the better pick is because of Kamara. But to what we mentioned earlier, Dennis Allen's forgotten that he's on the team. So I guess, yeah, give me the Saints. They stink.
All right. Speaking about teams that suck, the 1-12-1 Houston Texans, who have been pretty scrappy lately, are plus 5.5 at the 7-7 Titans. And dude, the Titans have looked so bad. Tannehill out for the season. What do you like about this game? This game is absolutely disgusting, and I can't believe how bad the Titans actually need this game. What do you got here?
Dude, this is you should, put your mortgage payment down on the Titans here, right? Is it Derrick Henry just dominates the Titans or the Texans every year, right? He's had 2 touchdowns in I think every game he's played against them.
They can't stop the run.
100 yards. They can't stop the run. It's Tractorcito season. You're outside. It's cold all over the country.
Oh, it's -1. -1
Yeah,
in
like this is a
Nashville.
no-brainer Titans play. That's why I'm taking Houston. +5.5 in my hold my nose pick of the week. Houston's been scrappy, but
Wow.
dude, they stink. They're 112-1. What more do you need to say? They're terrible. So give me the pick. Houston +5.5 all day.
This one's really tough, man. I really dislike Malik Willis as a quarterback in the
Yeah,
NFL. Uh, but other than that, I like the Titans
right.
because really because of the running. I mean that's been my play against Houston all year. If the other team knows how to run, it's over for you. We knew that. Oh, it's about 50-50 here with the bets. That's very surprising. With
It's a
the
lot of,
money line leaning towards the Titans.
yeah. I mean, without Tannehill, it's kind of concerning for the Titans. So I get why it's kind of split 50-50. Like to your point, I just think the Titans have the better team. They have better defense. They have better special teams. They have a way better running attack. With Malik Willis being mobile, he can run it too as well. They should win this game easily. 5.5, I feel like it's kind of begging you to take the Titans because it's not a touchdown. It's not that 7 number that we see in a lot of games this week.
Yeah.
It's not the 3 number, which is begging you to take
It's a
the other
teaser
team.
number though. It's a teaser number.
It's a teaser number because they think so many people are going to be taking the Titans, I think. They're going to tease it down to, half point or whatever it is. So that's what I'm saying. Just give me Houston. I think everyone's going to be all over the Titans. Titans, we talked about it. Titans are the team that you want to pick when no one's expecting it. So that's the only positive I'll have for Houston. That's the only positive thing I can think about.
All right, jumping to Seattle Seahawks versus Kansas City Chiefs. This line, this is one of my missing pick of the week. I know it's -9 degrees, but it's gonna get warmer all the way to -2 by the end of the game. All right, it's gonna get gradually warmer, whatever that's worth. Do you know what the Chiefs are against the spread this year? Take a guess.
Not good.
Take a guess.
What's it been 15 weeks and they've played 14 games, so 4-10.
Wow. Very, very, very close. 4-9-1. They are 30% against the spread.
Yeah, everyone
this
picks
makes
them.
absolutely no sense, man. I can't believe how many points they have. It's freezing. Kansas City doesn't look good for most of every single game, but they always win. I give you that. They could lose this game. It's so cold, man. It's so cold. 9.5 is crazy. I'm taking Seattle. This is what am I missing?
Yeah, this is something because, I'm surprised you're on Seattle because they looked so bad last week. They never got it in gear against San Francisco. San Francisco dominated. It was that Thursday night last week. So they've had a little extra time to prepare. But, dude, Kansas City didn't look too good last week. They played, I think, Houston, and it was 14 points. And that was my hold my nose pick of the week last week. Yeah, had to go to overtime. And I was like, oh, hold your nose and take Kansas City. They're going to kill this team, yada, yada, blah, blah, blah.
You tried the opposite nose, hold your nose. You can't be opposite playing with the hold your nose like that.
Yeah, I've done it twice, I think, in the last 2 weeks. It hasn't worked. I said, it hasn't been my finest 2 weeks, so if you keep fading me, you might win some money. My thing is this. Both these teams stunk last week. Who do you have more faith in rebounding? Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce, or Geno Smith and whoever else they got?
DK Metcalf.
Or Tyler Lockett,
It's about the full team, though. It's about the full team. And dude, it's so cold. Like, I just 9.5 is just so crazy,
it is,
man.
But dude, that Kansas City running attack got going pretty good last week. Jeremy McKinnon had a nice week. Like, Kansas City.
Isaiah Pacheco.
Dude, Kansas City's one of those teams that, like, if you could figure out who the running back is going to be down the stretch of the fantasy season, the fantasy playoffs, they can win you a season every year. It happened with, was it Darrell Williams?
Yeah.
A season or two ago. I feel like it always happens.
Who's that guy? Oh man, it slipped my mind. But he had like it sounded like a Pokemon, like Charmander or something. I forgot. It was like I know it sounds silly. Like Char. I forgot. It slipped my mind.
Chark?
But yeah, you're right.
Not DJ Chark.
No, not DJ Chark. There was one.
Clyde Edwards-Helaire, right?
No.
No,
Not the boy from LSU.
back a
No, it
couple
was a while
seasons
ago.
ago.
Yeah.
All
I
right, well, if you
forgot.
know what it is, if you're screaming at us right now, tell us in the comments. Um, but yeah.
Charkandrick something. I forgot.
Okay.
Okay, go
Okay, we'll
ahead.
gotta look it up. I'll look it up after I'm done here with this.
Yeah.
Which again, I'll wrap up my point really quickly. I think that Kansas City, Patrick Mahomes, Andy Reid, and Travis Kelce can bounce back faster and better and stronger than Geno Smith led Seattle Seahawks
9.5 though.
fighting for 9.5, 10.5. Again, I think it's Kansas City all the way. That's why I'm taking Seattle.
That's a good pick, dude. They can't cover. They don't cover. 9.5 is crazy.
Not only that, John, Seattle's my first best bet of the week.
I like that. So what am I missing? I like that it's one of your best bets. But you know what? That's a perfect segue into my first best bet of the week, Greg. And this game is in a dome. And I went to that dome. That dome is loud. All right. And it's the Giants plus 3.5 at Vikings. And we want to talk about lines and what they beg you to do. I've never seen a line beg you to take the Giants more than this. The Giants keep it scrappy. They're going to keep it close. They're in the playoffs now. You saw what they did last week versus the Commanders. They have no idea what's coming in Minnesota. They're like playing the skull chant during practice. Dude, it is so loud in there. Vikings coming off the most prolific win in NFL history. In the same U.S. bank, it's impossible to play there. The Vikings are going to go up 7-0 early, and they're never going to look back. This is not going to be a close 3.5 spread. This is one of my best bets. I love the Vikings this week. Sorry, Giants fans. It's not a big deal for you. You're still going to make the wild card, but you're not. The Giants have their work really cut out for them. They're playing the Vikings and the Eagles, 2 of the last 3 games here. It's kind of tough for you guys, but this is an L. Vikings by, honestly, alternate line it. Vikings by -6.5.
Damn. I mean, you're kind of saying all the things that I'm thinking, John. I think the Vikings are going to roll. I think they had kind of a weird week last week with Indy going up so much, then coming back. I think the Giants have kind of looked a little fluky at times. They won a close game against Washington. They tied a close game against Washington. I think the Vikings are going to kill them. That's why I'm taking the Giants. 3.5 points just isn't enough. It's just not enough. It should be 7. It should be 8. It should be something more like that. Like,
That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm making it, Greg.
Yeah.
I'm making it 6, 7, 8.
Yeah.
I think the same thing. I'm not overthinking this week. I've had a bad couple of weeks as well. I'm
overthinking it. I love it.
I'm not overthinking it. I think it should be 6. I'm making it 6.5. I agree with you.
I like that.
So what do you take? You taking the Giants here? Fade yourself?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Giants plus 3.5 all the way.
All right. Talk about weirdo games. Everybody's talked about it. Chandler Jones on Mac Jones violence. Jones on Jones violence. I love what happened to the Patriots last week. I watched that replay maybe 87 times.
So much. I'm still waiting for someone if they can find an alternate angle that's on Bill Belichick while it's happening.
I'm waiting for the all 22 just to see what I can get of Bill. The one thing I did notice now that you mentioned it is
Charkandrick West is who you're thinking of.
Charkandrick West, let's go. I knew
Spencer Ware, D'Anthony Thomas, Darren Williams, Darrell Williams, and Damian Williams. Shout out the 2018 Chiefs.
Running backs.
Yep.
So
yeah,
I noticed that Matt Patricia
back to absolutely hating the Patriots and enjoying all their misery.
Matt Patricia with his laminated playbook, even though he has a pencil in his ear.
Yeah.
If you go and watch that replay, you'll see in the top left, he started clapping as soon as Stevenson gave that first lateral. So I don't want to hear all the nonsense as, oh, they went rogue. Oh, he's clapping. He's hyped. Okay, so that's all I have to say about that. Patriots absolutely stink. Bill Belichick is just in it so he can get 20 more wins. We all know it. Mac Jones stinks. You can't draft. On the other hand, I mean, Cincinnati's absolutely rolling. They're about to win this division, and you're gonna have to go play in Cincinnati if you want to beat them, especially early. I love Cincinnati here again. Don't think, just bet. I'm not overthinking it this week. I love Cincinnati. I'm not even gonna look at where the public is. However, I will note it's freezing, 3 degrees. Not sub-zero weather, but it is going to be 3 degrees. 13-mile-an-hour winds. Not great, but this is Bengals all day, all night.
I agree 100%. That's why I'm taking New England. Doesn't make any sense. The only positives I can take out of it is that they're at home. They're going to be running the ball a lot and trying to keep the ball out of Cincinnati's hands. Cincinnati did not look good in the first half of that game last week against Tampa Bay, and then they kind of got it going a little bit in the second half after that weird play by Giovanni Bernard. Yeah.
Giovanni Bernard.
Yeah, Cincinnati, though, when they get rolling, they're as good as anybody in the league right now, man. Watch out for them. And New England they can't get it. They can't get it in first gear. Never mind rolling. They stink. They stink on offense. They haven't looked great on defense. I mean, they allowed 20-something points to the Las Vegas Raiders.
Mm-hmm.
They're not really a great offense. So, give me New England plus 3.5 at home. It's gonna be cold. It's gonna be windy. Hopefully, Ramondre Stevens bounces back from last week and just gets me 2 touchdowns.
All right, and in one of the warmest outdoor games of the week, we got the Detroit Lions going into Carolina. Carolina plus 2.5, a warm 13 degrees.
Crazy.
This is a big game for both teams, man. Again, Carolina and that's awful South Division looking to make a run at the ring here. Detroit looking for a wild card spot. This is again, Detroit Lions are literally playing the Jets all over again. They're playing a really good defense, a bad quarterback, team that tries to run it. This is interesting.
Is Carolina a really good defense?
I think they're not as good as the Jets, but their offense might be better than the Jets, so it's kind of even.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I don't know. I think Carolina, I mean, the Jets haven't been playing good the last few weeks. Carolina's had some good games. They've had some bad games. I don't think Carolina is as good as the Jets, and the spread's still 2.5 points. This was one of my missing pick of the week. I don't get why the spread's so low. Detroit's look really good. They had a tough time against the top 3, top 5 defense of the New York Jets last week. I do not think Carolina's defense is as good as that. I don't think they're top 10. I don't know if they're really even top 15.
I think they're definitely top 15. You're not respecting the Carolina Panthers.
Yeah, I guess I'll look it up here as I talk a little bit. I guess by what metrics are we going off of? But yeah, I think it's Detroit all the way. That's why I'm taking Carolina. Again, what am I missing? 2.5 points just seems low. It just does not seem like enough points. I mean, Detroit's gonna score. They didn't throw to Sauce Gardner last week against New York, and Amon St. Brown and whoever else was out there was held in check. That's not gonna happen this week. Amon St. Brown's gonna get his. Chark's gonna get his.
You don't believe in Gilmore?
No,
Gilmore's on the Colts. Gilmore's on the Colts now.
Yeah, I do believe in him, man. He was D'ing up Justin Jefferson last week. He ain't
Colts.
there. Even
Jace Horn.
Even though the Jameson Williams touchdown that wasn't a touchdown because DJ Reed blocked it down was because of a Jared Goff short throw, but DJ Reed was right there in his face. He was there to make a play, and he did happen to make a play, which was great to see. I just don't think Carolina's defense is as good. I think Detroit gets back to scoring. I know it's outside. I know it's cold. But I think Detroit can put up 20, 30 points on Carolina. I don't think Carolina can score that many. So, I like Detroit all the way, but I'm taking Carolina at home plus 2.5 points.
So I agree with you, but the public is on Detroit, so I'm just gonna fade. I'm just gonna take Carolina here, man. Detroit has to come down at some point. Carolina needs to be 6-9 for their division hopes to be alive. And shout out Sam Darnold. Last game of the 1 p.m. Ravens at home. I wish I could take 2. One of my missing picks of the week. I might just make this my hold your nose pick of the week. Atlanta Falcons plus 7.5 at the Ravens. Listen, the only thing the Ravens have going for them, from my perspective, is how pissed off Mark Andrews was in his interview. Did you see that?
No.
Oh, Mark Andrews is ready for this game. Mark Andrews has steam coming out of his ear. He is going full cylinder. This is his game, and he's ready to win.
Why?
He doesn't care because they said What do you think about the critics? What do you think about this and that? He doesn't. He's like, I don't care about anyone. He's on a mission this week. That's the only thing that gives me slight trepidation here. However, dude, with no Lamar Jackson, this team just stinks. And he was such a deodorant for this team. He's no longer there, obviously, because of injury. I think he's making a point to the Ravens. I think he's making a point to the Ravens. Look how bad you are without me. And I think they're going to continue. Maybe they'll win the
In a
game, but
contract year, it's not the craziest thing I've ever heard.
it's like the exact opposite of just doing great. Like, I can do great, but you know what else? If I just don't play and see how bad you guys are, it kind of makes the same effect. He's done both sides of the coin at this point. 7.5 is crazy. Hold your nose. Take Atlanta 7.5, who's technically still in a playoff race.
Hell yeah, I got them in a couple futures when I looked at their schedule 6 weeks ago, and they have stunk since. Speaking of absolutely fired up, did you see Arthur Smith talking about Marcus Mariota in his press conference? Dude, he was dogging him. He was like, he just quit on the team.
He did.
Crazy. I know, but it was crazy to see a coach say that in the middle of a season.
I didn't see that either.
I mean, it's insane. It's like as soon as he got benched, he just quit and just left. I mean, dude, that's tough.
Knee surgery.
Yeah, and especially as like Marcus Mariota, it's like, dude, this might have been your really last chance. And he looked okay. He didn't look terrible. He didn't look good, but he didn't look terrible. Like, I thought he did enough that another team might give him a chance at some point somewhere. But, dude, it's crazy to me. I like the Falcons in this one. I like the Falcons. 7.5 points just seems like too much to me. The Ravens absolutely stink. Like the Ravens should not be 7.5 point favorites against anyone. I get that they're at home. I get that Mark Andrews is fired up, even though I got eliminated from the playoffs last week in the team that I have him on. So now he's gonna go off, obviously, because I'm not in it anymore. I love the Falcons in this one. That's why I'm taking the Ravens. Like, the Ravens are gonna cover 7.5 points. No way. No way.
I know.
It's so preposterous, John. It's my second best bet of the week. It's so preposterous.
I agree.
So preposterous. You agree you like Baltimore? Or you like the
Falcons? I agree that it makes no sense. I agree that it makes no sense. I'm still taking Atlanta, but I agree. It makes no sense. That's why I'm taking Atlanta. That's why I hold you to take Atlanta. I just don't get it. Yeah. But also Desmond Ridder looks so bad. He looks so bad. So you know what I mean? But 7.5 is just too much for me.
It's just going to be low scoring for sure.
Jumping to the 4 p.m., there's two. You got Washington plus 7.5 at the 49ers. Purdy's been a little hurt. This is a tough one for me. Listen, every time he gets snubbed, he got signed for the Pro Bowl. I know that might not mean much to people. I'm sure he has incentives for that. I feel like he's going to go off on Washington. I have my tinfoil hat on with the owners coming through and thinking that there's a conspiracy now against Dan Snyder and Washington. That the refs are just like not going to give him the benefit of the doubt. And after watching last week, like I could kind of see it. I'm rolling with the 49ers here. I think they're going to go to the Super Bowl, man. And I'm just going to take them. I'm just going to close my eyes and just continue to take them.
Yeah, I think they're way better than Washington. If Washington loses this game, they're, I feel like, pretty much out of the playoff hunt in the NFC. And, yeah, they're on the road, cross country against San Francisco. San Francisco's offense looked okay last week against Seattle. You know, it's Brock Purdy on the road, you know, Mr. Irrelevant, the 12th man. But, dude, he connected with George Kittle on a couple, like, 50, 60-yard bombs. Granted, it was like a 20-yard pass and a 30-yard run. But he was able to make a couple big plays. And I really don't know if I've really seen that from Washington this year. I don't know if I've seen 50, 60-yard plays from Washington, really. I like Heineke. I think Heineke can get the job done. But I think San Francisco rolls. That's why I'm taking Washington. 7.5 points. A lot of points. That's the silver lining in this. But, dude, Washington, I don't know. I don't think there's any phase of the game, level on offense, position group, whatever you want to say, that Washington is definitively better than San Francisco.
That's a good point. The weather is going to be
teams.
The weather's going to be nice, 60 degrees. Beautiful weather.
Yeah, that is nice.
I didn't mention the Ravens Falcons game is going to be 0 degrees with the winds.
Crazy.
All right. Are we both rolling with the 49ers here, even though you like Washington, or are you actually going to take Washington?
No, I don't like Washington, so that's why I'm taking them. I love
All
the
right.
49ers. I think they're going to kill.
Okay. Okay, so we're still doing this.
I'm doing it the whole episode. It's a confusing-ass episode. Sorry to listeners. But
I'm sticking with the 49ers. Second game of the 4 o'clock slate. Standalone 425. Best bet. Eagles plus 5.5 at the Dallas Cowboys. Greg, I don't care who's a quarterback. I don't care if it's Jalen Hurts. I don't care if Nick Foles comes back. If he takes off from the Colts and comes, I don't care who it is. I don't care if it's Minshew. I don't care. The Eagles are going to absolutely slaughter Dallas. Dallas sucks. Every week I watch Dallas, all I think of is Dallas sucks. And they keep winning games. They sneak them out. They're not going to be the best team in the league. The best team in the league is the Eagles. People are counting them out this week. Is their defensive line good? Is their offensive line good to go? Are their playmakers going to play? The only thing I'm slightly worried about is Miles Sanders might not get going against the Dallas front. I'm not worried about it.
he didn't really get going last week, and they were still fine.
Eagles, I can't believe they're getting plus 5.5. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. That's insane. It's really insane. I have to take Eagles plus 5.5.
Yeah, I guess I thought about it opposite of you. I thought, you're losing probably the MVP of the season. You're going against your bitter rival. It's 4:25 in a standalone game on Christmas Eve. The whole country is going to be watching this game. And you beat Dallas earlier in the season with Cooper Rush, their backup QB. What sweeter revenge is there for your rival, the other team that's actually competing with you, that's in the top of the division standings, to come and beat, at home, beat you against your backup QB? Dude, I think this is Dallas all the way. Like, they've had a couple frustrating weeks where they win or lose a close one, but to me, I think it's going to be close. I do, but I think Dallas is a touchdown better than Philly. Like, I don't think it's going to be a
crazy.
3 or 4 touchdown better without Jalen Hurts. Dude, he's an MVP. I get that they have good weapons. Dude, they had, like, you've seen A.J. Brown with Tannehill. It's not the same as it is with Jalen Hurts. You've seen Devonta Smith with,
Tannehill sucks.
Who?
Gordon Minshew and Tannehill might be the same.
Right, that's what I'm saying. A.J. Brown,
but they might be the same. I mean, he was still good. Yeah. They might be like Minshew might be Tannehill.
Yeah, he was okay, but it's not the same as he's not catching 2 or 3 touchdowns a game like he is with Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts ran it for 3 touchdowns last week, dude. He there's games where he has 150 yards rushing. Like, it's crazy what he's able to do. He's the nucleus of this team. He's the gel of this team. He's the leader of this team, and he's, like I said, probably before he got hurt, the front runner to be the MVP of the league. I think he's worth a touchdown, so I see why the line moves so much. I think Dallas is better. I'm taking Philly, but it's just because I'm trying to fade myself. I do think Dallas is the better team. I think they're going to win this at home on Christmas Eve against your bitter rival. Less than a touchdown. Like you said, this is teaser. That's a teaser line. They know so many people are going to be teasing the Cowboys because it's just such an easy pick.
I'm teasing the Eagles, bro. This is the easiest. The Eagles. Everyone is going to be like, I cannot believe this line. This line made no sense. Still makes no sense. It will never make any sense. Saturday Night Football. Are they going to play the song for me or what? Is this like SN? Is this NBC? No, right? Because they have their own Sunday night. Or is that Thursday night, Sunday night?
I don't know. Because there is a Sunday night game, too. I don't know.
Yeah, but I don't know if that's like a Thursday TNF, like Amazon covered. I have no idea anymore.
Yeah, I don't know who's covering the games. Like you're saying, like last Saturday was all Football Network, right? For all 3 games.
Yeah.
The NFL Network. So I don't know if Sunday, if it's all NFL Networks. I honestly have no idea how this is going to work. It's going to be awesome. I can tell you that. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to be watching. It's crazy that it's happening during the fantasy football playoffs. But, dude, more days with more football, I'm all about it.
That is crazy that it is the semifinals of the playoffs. But here we are, Saturday Night Football, Vegas Raiders plus 2.5 at Pittsburgh. And both these teams, I guess Vegas isn't really alive. mean, technically maybe 9 wins. Gets you a wild card
I don't
because
think
Pittsburgh
so.
is too. Like they could.
Yeah,
They're still
they're not
alive.
mathematically eliminated, but dude,
But this
it'd be
game
tough.
matters. Yeah, but this game matters for both. So this is a literally win or go home game.
Yeah.
I'm taking Pittsburgh at home. It's really a Tomlin versus McDaniels thing. Emotional win last week. It was amazing. I think Tomlin's just better than McDaniels. I'm taking Tomlin -2.5.
Yeah, I mean, I liked Vegas in this one. I thought they, especially getting points with Vegas, like they've looked good in some of these close games. Were they the team that kept? They're the team that kept winning every time it went to overtime, or was that the Chargers? I can't remember now, but I thought earlier when I was looking it up, they've won a lot of close games. Last week's obviously was an insane game. I think they keep riding that momentum. And again, I think this is pretty much a pick'em game. I don't think either of these teams are really crazy good in any category. So I liked Vegas, so I took Pittsburgh. I just think getting points is really what I would like to lean on here, but I'm going with Pittsburgh. I'm riding with you. I'm riding with the city of Pittsburgh.
I
I
with
mean,
Jersey Jerry.
yeah, part of the Army, officially enlisted. Give me Pittsburgh. I'm so in on the Army. Give me Pittsburgh as my third and final best bet of the night. You
I
almost got the
love it.
Jersey Jerry laugh going over there.
I love it. I love
He's
it.
the fucking best.
All right. Sunday slate, Thanksgiving, Sunday,
I got everyone
Christmas Day
Baccarat
slate.
540 for Christmas, Jerry. Don't you worry.
Oh, if you watched the Mangold and Sanchez podcast,
Yeah.
they had Fitzpatrick on today, and apparently Fitzpatrick just gets all his offensive linemen coolers with his face on it.
Okay.
No matter what, that's what he does everywhere. That's just what. And if you got that gift already, he just doesn't get you a gift anymore.
What a move.
Hilarious. All right, 1 o'clock. Packers at Miami. This is a crazy game. This game is insane. Both teams absolutely need it. On paper, Miami's easily the better team here, but they've looked so bad recently. The Packers have. Listen, man, the Packers win on special teams and they win on offense. Their defense, it looks pretty bad, but sometimes they come up with big plays when the time gets going. It's in Miami. I'm taking this as my third and final best bet of the day. I'm taking Green Bay +4.5. It's do or die for Rodgers. He can't lose the game. If Miami wins, it's going to be by a field goal. I can't see like a touchdown by Miami to eliminate Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, see, I can see Miami bouncing back here. They've had a tough couple weeks, but they've played a much better teams than the Green Bay Packers. I mean, Green Bay going from Lambeau Field to sunny Miami. You know, we see it with the Patriots every year when it gets around this temperature, like they just melt down in Miami. I feel like it could be kind of the same thing. I mean, the offense just hasn't been clicking on the same cylinders for Miami. This Green Bay defense is really nothing I'm too worried about. The Green Bay passing attack, and there was the play last week with Watson where he just didn't run the route, and Rodgers threw him open in the end zone. He just didn't even turn around to look at it. Like, they are struggling, and if it gets to be a shootout with Miami, I don't think that Green Bay can keep up. The running attack is good for Green Bay. Jones and Dillon look pretty good this past Monday night, but I don't think that's enough if this Miami offense can score. That being said, I'm going with Green Bay. It's a disgusting pick. I hate the pick. I love Miami here, but 4.5 points, I guess, on the road, that's nice. But dude, 4.5 points is not enough to keep you in the game against Waddle and Hill and the passing attack that Tua and McDaniel has going. By the way, there's more and more videos coming out of McDaniel. Dude, he's such a dweeb. I had that take like a month ago. He's awful. He's so cringeworthy. He's so disgusting. I love that he's the Miami coach for hopefully the next decade because he's so stupid.
I saw a meme that said, point of view when your dad leaves you the business for the weekend or something like that.
Yes, it's 100% that vibe. He had I like it when it's colder. I want to be more cold T-shirts going. They get absolutely snowballs thrown at him. He was complaining to the refs. I mean, such a dweeb, dude. I absolutely love it.
That was the weirdest take by a ref in the middle of a game I've ever seen. If anyone throws a snowball, I'm gonna give Buffalo a penalty. If I was a Miami fan there, I would have chucked ice cubes on the field from then on.
Yeah.
Literal ice cubes. I would have chucked everything I had on the field. Say, oh, give them a 15-yarder. Oh, 15-yarder.
Yeah. I
Makes
mean,
no
I've also
sense.
never seen it before. It's weird. Like, there's been plenty of snow games before. I've never seen the amount of snowballs that were being thrown, like, mid-play and stuff at the players. Like, that was crazy. But still, don't complain about it. Take it out between the white lines, Mike McDaniel, you little bitch.
I kind of liked it, though.
Little
All right.
fucking dweeb.
Bringing his bag here. All right.
He's our rival.
Yeah, we're going to beat him at the end. Don't worry.
Don't worry.
All right, we got dome games for the rest of the slate here. By the way, I think it's about -13 in Pittsburgh in that Vegas game. Vegas long way from home.
Yeah.
Just a note there. All right, dome games and terrible games, if I might add. Let's start here. Denver -1.5. It's the Ripon show, hopefully. At the Rams. Rams are missing everyone. Well, nobody's playing for the Rams. It's not even worth talking about injury report. Nobody's playing. I'm taking Denver. I really don't want to watch this game. I really don't want to. It's in the middle of Christmas basketball, so hopefully I don't have to on Christmas Day. I'm taking Tampa.
This is just something
I'm taking Denver. I'm taking Denver.
You're taking Denver. Yeah, this is just something to flip over to, like in between quarters or commercial breaks. You just get a couple plays. You're going to laugh your ass off because they're going to be absolutely terrible plays. They're going to switch back to basketball. I'm taking the Rams here. I mean, I've made a pact. I've made a vow. If I'm nothing else, I'm a man of my word. I'm never taking the Denver Broncos this season. They absolutely suck. I don't care that Russell Wilson, the reason why I'm not taking the Broncos, isn't playing. This is just out of principle. This is out of spite. This is out of whatever you want to call it. I'm taking the Rams here +1.5. I also hate the pick. I hate the Rams, but home team getting points.
That's too disgusting.
They have absolutely.
They're not a
no
home
punch.
team, bro. And they don't have fans.
Yeah, they've
like what home? What home,
true.
bro?
True.
This is awful. You got to take Denver, man. They have pride, and nobody scores on them. The Rams are gonna have 2 points.
Yeah.
All right. Tampa Sunday Night Football. Who knows what network is calling it? At Arizona, the game that everyone was looking forward to. Tom Brady versus Trace McSorley. Tom Brady getting -6.5. Absolutely hate this game. I hate Tampa Bay. I hate Cliff Kingsbury, even though he was a Jet quarterback, especially because he was a Jet quarterback, actually. Dude, give me Tampa, and I don't want to watch even 1 minute of this game, but I'm going to, but I don't want to.
Yeah, give me Arizona. I mean, you said it best. Trey McSorley versus Tom Brady. I mean, I don't know if there's ever been a bigger mismatch in the history of the NFL.
I don't know. Is Purdy versus Tom Brady a bigger mismatch?
Yeah, true. Right, Mr. Irrelevant versus 6-time Super Bowl champ.
Is every quarterback that played on the Jets versus Tom Brady over the last 10 years a bigger mismatch?
Trey McSorley's tough, but still, I mean, like him.
Kellen Clemens pretty sure played against Tom Brady and Greg McElroy.
True. Who
can forget the Bryce Petty game?
Bryce Petty, Christian Hackenberg. I mean,
Bryce Petty played pretty well against him, but he cost us that game, I remember.
Holy God, I completely forgot about Bryce Petty until you just said his name. I forgot that he was quarterback of ours. My God. Give me Arizona. It's disgusting. 6.5 points is a lot of points, so that's nice. Tampa Bay, I don't know if they really can blow out anyone. They seem to be playing close games, so give me Arizona.
All right. Monday Night Football. ESPN will have this one. We know that one for sure.
The Mannings will be doing something silly on ESPN, too.
I'm getting over them. I really am, but whatever. Chargers -3.5 at the Indianapolis Colts. And hear me out, Greg. Hear me out. I know the Colts got blown out in the most embarrassing loss in NFL history. But that wasn't with Nick Foles. That was with Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan has given up the biggest lead in Super Bowl history, the biggest lead in regular season history, the biggest lead in college history. I'm pretty sure.
No
I mean,
way. That can't be true.
I'm pretty sure he did.
That's crazy. At BC in one season.
I'll find it. But there was a stat going around.
That would be insane. I saw the Super Bowl in regular season. That's definitely true. That'd be crazy if college history leads. There's been some big ones. I can't. That'd be tough. I mean,
No, okay, no. International game history. Sorry, because he gave up
uh,
that lead. Regular season, Super Bowl, and NFC Championship game history.
okay.
Yeah, no college. The international game was what I thought.
Yeah,
I forgot
yeah.
about that one. Okay, that one's a bit of a stretch. Who cares? Okay,
Eh, still,
Nick Foles.
the guy can't hold the lead.
Nick Foles is in. All he does is win. I also have some bias here, Greg. I need the Colts to win this game. Jeff Saturday is officially coaching for his life.
Coaching
I
for
don't
his
think it's
job,
over.
that's for sure.
I don't think it's over. I really don't. I think this is a big game on Monday night. I think the Colts win this game with Zach Moss and Deion Jackson running the ball. And Nick Foles at quarterback. As crazy as that sounds, I really do.
Yeah, this is one of the ones where we're on the same side, but it's not because we have the same take. I don't think there's a way in hell the Colts win this game. 3.5 is kind of, I think, a low spread. This was almost going to be one of my missing pick of the week. Like, the Chargers are in playoff contention. The Chargers need to win, otherwise they might be out of the playoffs. Monday night, they're on the road, but it's indoors. They're a fast team. They have all their players healthy. Eckler's look good. Williams look good since he came back. Keenan Allen's coming on strong. He's looked good the last few weeks. He had some big-time catches last week. Herbert had the bang-up ribs in the beginning of the early part of the season. He hasn't looked back since he's been, got over that. Seems like mid-part of the season. He's been great. Defense has looked okay. Nothing crazy, but a lot of the games that they've been playing lately have been like in the teens and 20s, not in the 40s and 50s. And, dude, the Colts just look terrible. Huge. Not only did they give up the biggest lead of all time last week, but the week before that, they had, like, one of the worst fourth quarters. Like, I forget what it was, but it was, like, the last 2 weeks, their fourth quarter point differential is, like, 70 or 80 points. Like, it's insane. So, I don't think there's a chance. Even if the Colts are up 3 touchdowns in the fourth quarter, I think there's a chance that the Chargers can come back and win this game. So, to your point, too, with the running back situation, Jonathan Taylor's going to be out for the season. They're benching Matt Ryan. They're going to so many new people. Like I said, I love the Chargers. I'm taking Indianapolis because I was fading myself this week and trying something new, switch it up. But 3.5 points is not enough points. Yeah, so.
And that's the full slate. And that jumps to our Hail Mary parlay. Is that where you want to start? Let's start with the
Yeah.
Hail Mary here. What do you got this week, Greg?
Hail Mary's pretty simple for me. It's 3 teams. It's a plus 1,067, 1,060, whatever you want to say. It's the Houston Texans plus 144. The Philadelphia Eagles plus 190. I thought that was going to be kind of a hot pick. John's apparently liking the Eagles more than I expected. So maybe it's not that hot of a pick. And, we actually kind of bounced around a little bit here before going into this. I had the Saints. I'm sorry, the Cleveland Browns, but you made me switch to the Saints because you were talking so highly of the Cleveland Browns. So let me throw the Saints in here. So it's the Saints, the Texans, and what I thought was a hot pick, the Eagles. That actually boosted it up. So it's, okay, the Saints, the Texans, the Eagles. That's plus 1,500. I like that. So, yeah, give me that. 3-teamer, nothing too crazy. Again, just trying to win one before the end of the season. So let's get it rolling. Let's get it rocking.
All right. I'm going to go with everything the Jets need to happen because that's all I have left in life at this point in the football season. I need everything to go well for the Jets in order for me to keep this rolling here. It's really not that big of a parlay. You ready for it?
I'm so ready.
All right. 4 teams, all money line, plus 2,670. Jets beat the Jaguars. Bengals beat the Patriots. Falcons beat the Ravens. Green Bay beat the Dolphins. Oh, man, I have to add Indy. I'll just add Indy here, make it a 5-legger, plus 7,600. Indy money line. Taking that. Put $1 on it, win $75. Put $100 on it. Win 7 grand. That's where I'm at. What do you got for your teaser?
I love it. You talked about all the weather this week. This is, I think, one of the lowest totals week I've seen in a while, kind of
Oh
across the
no.
board.
Oh no, Greg, do we have the same exact teaser parlay?
I
What do you
don't
think? Go
know because
ahead.
I'm teasing. I'm going over.
Oh, okay. I
I'm
got a
saying
bunch of
screw the
unders.
weather. I'm saying the weather's for
Oh.
bitches. The weather's not real, according to Hank. I agree with him. Weather's phony, so give me the overs. I got 7 legs, plus 6 points. Vegas, Pittsburgh. I'm kicking it off on Sunday night, apparently. I'm doing a reverse Saturday night, doing a reverse order. Vegas, Pittsburgh, plus 33. I mean, how do you not score 33? Some of these totals I'm about to give you with the teaser with the 6 points, it is insane.
All right. Well,
Steelers,
you know what's funny, Greg? I have 7. I have 7 teams as well. And
yeah.
I also have the Steelers, but I'm going the opposite. So I have under 45. So you have over 33. I have under
I'm going
45.
to have to do both, see if we can middle this, see if the Vegas picked all these games perfectly. All right, so let me just give you the home teams. All right, so Steelers plus 33 for the over. The Browns over 26.5.
I got under 38.5.
The Titans over 29.5.
I got under 41.5.
The Ravens over 29.5.
I stayed away from the Ravens.
San Francisco over 31.5.
Go ahead.
Arizona over 33.5.
Mm-hmm.
And the Rams over 30.5.
Oh, okay. This one, I thought we were about to literally have the same exact thing.
Plus
all right,
700, 7 legs.
All right. I'm again, as we mentioned, I'm going 7, but the unders again, Steelers, like you mentioned, under 45, Titans under 41.5. And then I'm just gonna continue it on the streak. Jets under 43.5, Browns under 38.5, Bears 46.5, Titans, as we mentioned, Chiefs 54.5, which is crazy, and Patriots 47.5. It's plus 7,000.
That's beautiful.
Plus 700, sorry.
Dude, some of these totals, though, just 2 of them are 29.5, one of them was 26.5.
It's freezing, bro. Like literally freezing. Like double digit minus. Like freezing.
26 points, though. It's like all you need to do is score 2 field goals and 3 touchdowns between 2 teams.
I don't know, man. The players don't want to be there. The refs don't want to be there.
Yeah, they don't want to tackle.
Wild.
Run the ball down the field.
All right. Let's do our rapid reaction. Let's get out of here because the Knicks just lost and I'm pissed.
No way. The Knicks lost?
Yeah, it's tough ending. We can't beat Nick Nurse, man.
Didn't see that coming. I would have loved a nice win. Plus 45. The ticket's still alive.
Nick Nurse, impossible to beat if you're the New York Knicks.
45
Anyway.
wins.
All right. Thursday night slate. Jaguars. Money line at Jets. What do you got?
Jaguars.
I got the Jets. Bills minus 8.5 at the Bears. What do you got?
Bills minus 8.5.
Me too. Saints plus 2.5 at the Browns. What do you got?
Saints plus 2.5.
I got the Browns. Texans plus 5.5 at the Titans. What do you got?
Houston, my hold my nose pick of the week, plus 5.5.
I got the Titans here. Seattle plus 9.5 at the Chiefs.
Seattle plus 9.5, my first best bet of the week.
I'm rolling with Seattle here too. Chiefs just simply don't cover. Giants plus 3.5 at Minnesota.
I like the Giants plus 3.5.
This is my first best bet of the week. I love Minnesota here. This is going to be an absolute rout. Cincinnati minus 3.5 at the Patriots. What do you got?
New England plus 3.5.
This should be a best bet of mine, but I'm just going to leave it as I love Cincinnati. Detroit minus 2.5 at Carolina. What do you got?
Carolina, what am I missing pick of the week?
Atlanta. I got Carolina as well. Atlanta plus 7.5 at the Ravens. What do you got?
Baltimore minus 7.5 as my second best bet of the week.
Hold your nose. Take Atlanta. Ravens stink. Washington plus 7.5 at the 49ers. What do you got?
Washington plus 7.5.
I got the 49ers. They're on a mission. Eagles plus 5.5 makes no sense at Dallas. What are you doing?
Philly plus 5.5.
Easiest bet of the day. Vegas plus 2.5 in the Tundra in Pittsburgh. What do you got?
I love Pittsburgh. My third and
Me
final
too.
best bet of the day. Shout out Jersey Jerry Army.
I love Pittsburgh as well. Philly was my best bet. Well, that game I said was the easiest of the day. Denver minus 1.5 at the Rams. Disgusting game. Oh, by the way, Packers.
Packers at Miami. I like Green Bay plus 4.5.
Sorry, Packers plus 4.5 at Miami.
That's your third. That's
Packers are
your
my
third
best bet.
Yeah.
Sorry. Denver minus 1.5 at the Rams. What do you got?
The Rams plus 1.5.
Tampa minus 6.5 at Arizona. What do you got?
I love Arizona.
So I got Denver and I got Tampa. We are against each other here. Monday Night Football. Chargers at Colts. Jets need this one.
Colts plus 3.5.
Damn, I'm riding with you. We need it.
Perfect.
That wraps it up. Week 16. Like, subscribe to our Spotify or Apple or Amazon, wherever you hear podcasts. Knicks, comma, Jets, comma, etc. appeared on our YouTube. Please like and subscribe there. That's where you can catch our Winning Picks Weekly playlist. We have college, we have NFL. We also have our Jets episode. We have our Knicks episode. We have our shorts. Just hit us up there. Let us know what you got. And that's about it from me. Greg, any last words?
No, we'll see you guys next week.
We out. Let's go Jets.